in life, few ever rise above the ordinary. Fewer still dare to chase the impossible. To even stain among the top 10 contenders is to enter a realm reserved for the rarest of athletes, the 1% who endure while others fall. But to become a world champion, that is to bend destiny itself. And yet, for some, even that is not enough. They seek more. To conquer the visions, to craft a legacy that time itself cannot erase. To sit upon the opulent throne where only the greatest have ever stood. Now, we arrive at the moment that comes once in a generation. One fighter, already etched in history, dares to risk it all again. Not for wealth, not for recognition, but for legacy. To separate himself from every man who came before, and every man who will come after. But across the ring stands a champion who refuses to be a chapter in another man's story. A warrior who comes not to share glory, but to destroy it. To remind the world that dreams can be broken, and that the impossible is possible, just not against him. Two men, two legacies, one throne. This is not just a fight. This is for immortality. When you look at Canelo Alvarez versus Terrance Crawford, you're not just looking at two champions. You're looking at two completely different philosophies of boxing colliding. Canelo is a pressure-based counterpuncher. He doesn't waste movement, doesn't waste energy. He cuts the ring off with subtle steps, forcing opponents into positions where his power becomes inevitable. His defense is built on upper body movement, slipping, rolling, and parrying, making him extremely hard to hit. Once he closes distance, his body attack is ruthless, and his counters are timed with precision. Canelo's style is about control. He dictates the pacing, slows the fight down to his rhythm, and forces opponents to fight his fight. Bud Crawford, by contrast, is a master of adaptability. He's one of the most complete and versatile fighters in the sport, able to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw. He thrives on reading opponents, downloading their patterns, then dismantling them. Crawford is dangerous at every range. His jab is sharp from the outside. His counters explosive in the pocket. And his finishing instincts, ruthless. Where Canelo imposes inevitability, Crawford thrives on unpredictability. In every great fight, there are questions that hang heavy in the air. Questions that won't be answered until the bell rings and the last punch lands. For Terrance "Bud" Crawford, the question is simple, but massive. Can his skills carry up in weight? He ruled lightweight, conquered junior welterweight, and dominated welterweight, even capturing a title at junior middleweight. But now, he faces a man who has walked through bigger, stronger fighters at super middleweight and beyond. Can brilliance overcome size? For Canelo Alvarez, the question is about control. Can his steady pressure, patience, precision break Crawford's rhythm? Canelo thrives when the fight slows down to his pace, but Crawford is a disruptor, switching stances, changing looks, never letting you settle. Who dictates the tempo? Then comes the battle of mentalities. Patience versus adaptability. Canelo, the patient predator, waiting for the perfect counter. Crawford, the adaptive genius, solving opponents in real time. Which mindset prevails? when everything is on the line. And beneath it all lies the most dangerous question of the night. Can Crawford take Canelo's power? Canelo's body shots have folded bigger men. His counters have ended nights in an instant. Crawford has never been folded under pressure, but he has never faced fire like this. On the other side, there's stamina. Can Canelo keep pace if Crawford drags him into deep waters? We've seen Canelo fade in high-volume fights. We've seen Crawford grow sharper as the rounds go on. When fatigue sets in, who bends and who breaks? There are many variables in this matchup, but the biggest X factor may come down to how each fighter imposes his style. For Terence Crawford, the clear advantage lies in his speed and footwork. In a fight of this magnitude, he cannot afford to let ego draw him into prolonged exchanges with the bigger man. His best weapon will be lateral movement, constantly turning Canelo, keeping his back away from the ropes, and steering the puncher into open space where Canelo cannot properly set his feet to unload his power. Against a fighter like Canelo, positioning is everything, and Crawford's ability to control geography inside the ring will be his greatest asset. For Canelo Alvarez, the challenge lies in neutralizing that movement. He thrives when he can cut off the ring, trap opponents on the ropes, and force them into his power zones. Crawford will be difficult to bait into counters, but the equalizer against speed is timing. Canelo's edge comes from his heavier hands, sturdier chin, and elite counterpunching ability. The key for him will be to punch with Crawford, firing simultaneously when Crawford commits. Even if Crawford leans first, Canelo's durability should allow him to absorb the shot and deliver his own in return. That ability to disrupt Crawford's rhythm with well-timed counters will be a single most important factor in shifting the fight in his favor. Who needs this win more? Canelo, already a 4-division champion, a future Hall of Famer, fighting to cement his place among the all-time greats. Or Crawford, undefeated, untouchable, seeking the ultimate prize, to prove he's not just the best of his era, but the best to ever do it. Because in the end, boxing is more than punches. It's a mirror. A mirror that reflects not just skill, not just strength, but the very essence of who a fighter is when everything is stripped away. On this night, two men enter the ring, and when the final bell tolls, one truth remains. Greatness is not given. Greatness is taken.